Welcome to the SVG-TV news for Tuesday, September 13th. I'm Khalil Kato with the details. For the second time this week, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union, the SVG-TU, staged protest action in Kingstown as the group intensifies its pressure on the Ralph Gonsalves administration to reinstate dismissed teachers. Union members marched around Kingstown, displaying placards with messages calling for the repeal of the Public Health Act and the return to the classroom. Dismissed teachers who spoke to SVG-TV News say they will continue to stand in solidarity with the union and called on parents to join the fight, as they claim the quality of education students are receiving is being compromised.
And what is happening here in terms of the teachers' protest should not be just for teachers, because teachers aren't the only ones who are being affected. We know that we've just received very poor results from CSEC, so our students are being affected. Parents are being affected because now they have to go and pay for classes, they have to go and pay for receipt exams for their children. They should all be out here. Every Vincentian should be out here standing with the teachers, because we're not just protesting to get back jobs, we're also protesting for the government to repeal the vaccine mandate, to repeal the changes that were made to the Public Health Act.
I'm here in solidarity with all the teachers like myself who would have lost their job, who have been placed on the breadline. Many of us have families, mortgages, and a lot of responsibilities. I keep asking myself, what kind of prime minister would treat his citizens like that, especially as teachers? Because as you know, teachers are the backbone of society. We are the ones who groom the students, prepare them for the world of work. That's what we do. So how could you turn around and treat us like that? I am of the view that all teachers must be reinstated, be given their benefits, and be placed back where they were.
And it was a proud time for me, because I remember my experiences in primary school when my teachers, took action, and now I'm in the position where I have the opportunity to take action, and I'm proud to stand for myself, not just myself, but for teachers who are afraid to stand, and for my children, of course.
It is obvious that if you have your best teachers, if you have some of, not the best, but of course among the best teachers and out of schools, that there's going to be a great impact on the education system. There must be. Experience cannot be replaced. A teacher might replace a teacher, but not experience.
A new common premises to house the United Nations operations in St. Vincent and the Grenadines was officially opened last Friday. Located on the first floor of the National Insurance Services building in Kingstown, the office will be used as the headquarters for all UN interventions and projects. Resident Coordinator of the United Nations for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Didier Tribuc, says the new premises will allow for greater efficiency in the rollout of UN projects and also reduce the overall carbon footprint. In her remarks at the opening ceremony, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kiesel Peters, hailed the UN for its support given to SVG, particularly during the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano last year.
The UN, as a premier institution for multilateralism, remains our best hope in reaching consensus on solutions to most of the global challenges, with an unmatched service delivery system to facilitate the implementation of agreed solutions. The organization has done great work around the world and in our region to combat many of these issues and implement projects which benefit Vincentians and all mankind. Here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the United Nations and its agencies continue to provide steadfast support to the development of the state through various programs and initiatives implemented through agencies such as the Food and Agriculture Organization, the UN Women, the UN International Children's Emergency Fund, and the United Nations Development Program, just to name a few. We also cannot forget the UN's assistance in the aftermath of the 2021 eruptions of the La Soufrière volcano, including the launch of a $29.2 million global funding appeal to help those affected.
Minister Peters also says the office will allow for an improvement in the coordination on UN response in SVG.
Today's opening of the UN Common premises in St. Vincent and the Grenadines further speaks to the responsiveness and the importance of the repositioning of the UN development system, reflecting the purpose of enhancing cooperation, coherence, and efficiency. The consolidation of UN services into a single space recognizes the need for a true system-wide unified presence to assuage logistical and operational challenges which may arise in the implementation of projects. This office provides a mechanism for the enhanced sustainability of UN interventions and the improvement of coordination on issues and responses appropriately tailored to the needs of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent and the Grenadines remains focused on our collective goal to protect and strengthen the foundations of global cooperation and create a networked, inclusive multilateralism that is fit for the future.
Local emergency services received a much-needed boost in resources following the donation of an ambulance from Taiwan. The ambulance fleet in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is expected to be increased further as an additional request for 2 ambulances have been made to a collaborative partner. This was revealed by Minister of Health and Wellness Sinclair Prince during the official handing over ceremony which took place at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital yesterday. Minister Prince thanked the government of Taiwan for its support to the health services in SVG, noting that Taiwan has been instrumental in all areas of development in the country. Ambassador, His Excellency Peter Shali Lan, gave the assurance that Taiwan remains committed to enhancing the health sector in SVG. Investigations are being carried out into 3 separate shooting incidents which occurred over the weekend. The shooting incidents have resulted in the deaths of 2 persons and 1 remains warded at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, nursing a gunshot wound. On Friday, police received a report of a shooting in the Buddy Gutter area of Otley Hall, where Garnet Flingo Wilkins was reportedly shot in his left leg and was transported to hospital for treatment. In another incident, members of the Major Crimes Unit responded to a report of a shooting in which resulted in the death of Matthew Charles, a 27-year-old laborer of Mallow Village, Sign Hill. Charles's body was discovered in his mother's yard sometime after 6 a.m. on Saturday. Police also responded to another shooting incident at a shop in Redemption Sharps yesterday, where the body of Bertram Saunders, a 46-year-old shopkeeper of Redemption Sharps, was found with gunshot wounds. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force is giving the assurance that the officers are working assiduously to ensure the safety of citizens and visitors to the island. Meanwhile, Vice President of the New Democratic Party and Member of Parliament for Central Kingstown, Sinclair Leacock, has condemned the recent acts of violence and issued a call for a National Day of Prayer to be observed. Leacock spoke to SVG-TV News on the sidelines of Monday's protest action staged by the Teachers Union about the island's latest murder, which occurred in his constituency in the wee hours of Sunday and claimed the life of the shopkeeper. Leacock says the incidents of violence appear to be escalating over the last few weeks. He adds the nation needs what he describes as a healing.
St. Vincent seems to need a healing at this time. Just too many bad things are taking place and dominating the news, you know. I want to say at this time, on the personal side, my hearts go out for me, for the loss of our son in Sharps, the gun shooting. To Nature, my colleague, for his supporters in Clay Valley who have lost their lives in that tragedy yesterday. And for Siobhan, John, Senator, for the tragedy in her community as well. And we need, as a sense of urgency, to put a stop to this every weekend killing, murder tragedy in St. Vincent again, Grenadines. It is not doing for the minds of the Vincentian people at this time. We seem to need a day of prayer.